This must be quite a common sight when you see someone shoulder pressing in the gym, isn't it? So in the picture that you saw earlier, when someone is shoulder pressing like that, what they're actually trying to do, they are trying to make up for the lack of shoulder range when you're standing side on. If you only have range till here, you will tend to arch your back, push everything forward, dump your pelvis forward in the anterior pelvic tilt in order to achieve that overhead range that you lack. Just looking at it, it doesn't look very comfortable, isn't it? Many practitioners or trainers will prescribe this lat stretch to help overcome this shoulder flexion deficit that you have. Well, I'm not saying that it doesn't work. It's true that your lats have to let go or release for you to achieve this overhead range. But if you find that this is not helping you or it doesn't stick, then you might be dealing with other issues. Let me provide you with two alternative exercises that can help improve your shoulder flexion. First up is this breathing drill that I'm going to introduce to you. So if you take a look at the shoulder blade, right, this is the right side. So it attaches on the back of your rib cage. Now as your arm moves overhead, your shoulder blade has actually got to upwardly rotate. Now, what may be pinning the shoulder blade against the back of the rib cage may be your rhomboid muscles or your upper back muscles. There are many in fact. So if your upper back cannot expand and allow this upward rotation of the shoulder blade, then there's no way you're gonna move your arm up without compensating. You might end up with tight traps, you know. People always complaining of like shoulder pain after shoulder pressing. That's really the issue there. Alright, so let's get into it. That first drill is this Swiss ball breathing drill. For this exercise, you need to get your elbows slightly wider than your shoulder width apart and place them on the Swiss ball like this picture above. And then you might be thinking that this drill is a bit low level. I'm keeping my knees on the ground. Try it out before you say anything about the drill, okay? So get your knees on the ground, place them together. Don't have them wide apart. And then what you're going to do, you're going to use your elbows to push yourself away from the ball, okay? That way, you're activating your serratus muscles to actually push yourself out. Your shoulder blades move apart. Then we're going to breathe through this exercise. Breathe in through your nose, exhale till you find your side abs. And another point to note is that your pelvis has to be in a posterior pelvic tuck. Posterior pelvic tuck, tucking the tailbone forward as you are doing this breathing drill. Throughout the exercise, you got to keep the posterior pelvic tuck, side abs turned on. Even as you take your next breath in, you got to exhale, keep those side abs turned on, breathe in, and then once you exhale, you actually find that most of you will actually find that you are shaking or vibrating. That tells you that, hey, you're not that strong after all. So this is actually quite a humbling exercise to start with. If you do this right, you will actually feel your side abs contracting very hard, and also you find that your upper back is expanding, okay? So now I will recommend you going for 5 breaths, and on that last breath, that's where you hold that position for another 5 seconds or 10 seconds, whichever you feel will benefit you more. Next is this reverse bear crawl exercise, right? You need to set up in a quadruped position with your knees directly under your hips and then your palms or your hands directly under your shoulders. Make sure you are doing a posterior pelvic tuck, meaning your tailbone is sort of pointing down towards the ground. Now it should be a slight tuck, shouldn't be over-exaggerated that your back is rounded all the way. Okay, so this tuck, maintain it throughout. Then you're going to start this reverse bear crawl with moving your opposite arm and leg in sync. So right hand and your left leg moves back together, and then the next step will be left hand and your right leg moving back. So you're going to go in this fashion, in this reverse bear crawl, right? I will say go for 20 steps. That should be enough for one set. And then I would like to put a yoga block on top of my lower back or pelvis area, just so that I'm not moving my pelvis all over the place. So that yoga block will serve as like feedback for me. All right. So these two exercises, I would like you to do them back to back, and then go do your shoulder press. Let me know in the comment below whether these two exercises actually help improve your shoulder range. Okay, I also will sometimes plan this in my client's shoulder day as a warm-up. Then we are prepared to handle the shoulder pressing. we open up the range and we go in there, attack the shoulder press, and you feel better and stronger after the workout, right? So gain mobility through strength. I'll see you in the next one. Please help and like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.